Howdy, Smashers. Is that how they speak in Louisville?
I don't know. I've never been here.
We're in Louisville, Kentucky, my birth state, home of the Kentucky Derby.
How long did you live here?
6 months. I had some good times, met some cool people.
When you were
broke some
6
hearts.
months?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I moved to Maryland. My dad was in the Army. I was born in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, January 24th, 1960.
And then your dad went to get his master's degree or his undergrad?
Yeah, he did. He got a master's and wound up working at the University of Maryland, and then became the director of the counseling center at American University. He was also a clinical psychologist, went into private practice, and wrote a book.
Like you.
Yeah. Both bestsellers. Not. We are in Louisville for the Derby. We wanted to talk about Kelly's outfit briefly.
Oh my gosh. So my friend Hope bought this for me.
Yeah. They're very comfy. We travel in our sweats, typically.
I don't. I usually look pretty, but I was like...
Wait, what? What do you mean? We always travel in sweats.
This is pretty. People were like, I like your outfit.
Yeah, it's cute.
I got a little dirty right here. I spilled some coffee. But look at this. It is the most cozy outfit. And guess what?
What?
It's from Amazon, and it's $55.
It's a deal.
A deal.
And it's soft. Looks cute.
I was going to show you guys how to get to my store, but I can't figure out. So I'm just going to give you the link so you guys can purchase it for your Mother's Day.
What is it? AO Height? AO Height?
Hope gave it to me, and I get stopped. You know, it's like the most expensive things that I wear, no one says anything.
Oh.
I wear like the cheapest things, and people compliment me. It's the funniest thing. But look at this. Is it right here? Boom, bam.
Well, when we packed, we did not bring any bottles of wine.
$55 for this bad boy.
It's a great deal.
This is a great Mother's Day gift.
We didn't pack any bottles of wine with us to bring here, so we left our Ilia at home. But we want to encourage all of you to support Ilia Wine, because Ilia Wine supports the Daily Smash. So go out there, get yourself some delicious Spanish wine made from Spanish grapes. Order 3 or more bottles. It'll be delivered right to your front door. And I guarantee you, you're going to love Ilia Wine. The Roble Red, very highly rated, terrific wine. They have a great rosé. Their Moscatel Macabeo, it's a nice white, really dry, crisp, delicious white. She also has candles, and you can join the Ilia Wine Club and get wine delivered to your door every month. You don't even have to think about it. But please try Ilia Wine. We think you're going to love it as much as we do.
We love it.
If you haven't been to Indianapolis, and you haven't, right?
No.
You still really haven't. We flew in, jumped in the car with Billy and his girl, and we drove.
Violet.
Yes, and we drove straight. I didn't know if she wanted her name used on the Daily Smash, but
yeah.
Violet's a
big
sweetheart.
job.
Drove straight here to Louisville.
People are going to see her on our Smash.
Right.
So.
Okay, well, now everyone knows. We're with Billy and Violet.
I have the worst allergies of my life. Like, the worst.
I think you were sleeping when I shot this video.
Oh, come on.
No, I didn't shoot it of you. I was just shot from the plane. I wanted to show the city of Indianapolis. Not a very good video. But there it is. There's downtown Indy. And in moments, you'll see a shot from the vehicle of downtown Louisville. And in case you're wondering, yes, that is how you say it. It's not Louisville. If you're a local or if you want to sound like one, it's Louisville. Did you know that?
I like Louisville better.
Oh. Well, this is the Welcome to Kentucky sign on the bridge. And this is, again, I think you might have been you were sleeping in the car, I think.
Oh, yeah, did you see me?
Just very briefly.
Man down.
That's kind of cool, going over the bridge, and there's Louisville. It's been I haven't been here in a long time.
I've never been in my life.
Well, you're going to see it all. Tomorrow we're going downtown, going to lunch. We're going to buy you a hat. Hats are big at the Derby.
Yes.
And
I love this thing. It's so cozy.
it is. This is really important. Coming up tomorrow, we're going to interview Billy, who is very familiar with the horse racing.
He's been here 19 times.
This is his 18th Derby. 18th.
Is this your 18th Derby?
He's been here 17 times. This is his 18th Derby.
He has horses.
And yeah, he owns horses, races horses.
Remember yesterday when I said that? Who studies for 3-4 hours? This thing's huge.
The racing
There's a
form?
lot to it. I was totally kidding.
So this is the pitch. On this week's Rick and Kelly show, Billy is going to reveal his secrets for how he chooses the winning horses. Go through the racing form, tell us how he does it, what he looks for, the conditions of the track, the jockeys, all that stuff. And we'll make it fun and interesting. And then, perhaps, you, like us, can be big winners at this year's Kentucky Derby.
I'm going to win $1 million. I've already decided.
If you win $1 million...
I'm manifesting. I'm trying to figure out how I can.
Yeah.
On the cheap. Because everybody knows I'm cheap. So... I want to know, like, do I have to do a trifecta?
Superfecta.
Superfecta.
So we're going to do
I
it.
have to put, like, $20,000 on
a long shot?
A long shot.
Well, that's one way to do it. The 50 to 1 at 20 grand, you'll win $1 million. But you have to risk $20,000 on a long shot to do it.
Yeah, no.
So instead, Kelly and Billy are going to have a bet off. They're going to have a challenge where Kelly's just going to pick whoever she wants. Based on what?
I got a lot of tips from you guys, from my smashers out there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Pick one that's the horse has taken a poop before. I mean, I know.
Was that an actual tip?
Yeah, that was an actual tip, which totally makes sense, right?
If the horse takes a dump before.
If I
Come on. Seriously?
Yeah. If I get new tennis shoes and I go to the bathroom before I go for a race.
You're going to win?
Yeah.
You're going to run faster and jump higher because you're lighter?
Lighter.
Well, that could be. I mean, listen, any number of things could win. I think I told you the story of some lady who picked every NFL team, the winner of every game.
I was with you when she told me by the color.
By the color of their uniform.
I'm actually going to look at the skinniest jockey.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
Yeah.
So Kelly and Billy will each take a $100 bankroll to the track on Friday and just see who turns that 100 into more money.
Yeah.
And he's going to bet way more than that on other horses, but just for the sake of our bets, he'll have a separate $100 bankroll. Right. And so
I'm going to use my logic and he's going to use his real logic. Now,
do you want to hear the CBS Sports odds on the current field of horses for the Kentucky Derby, Run for the Roses? Do you want to hear the horse and the odds now?
Yeah, I want to know if anyone has any inside information. Oh, God, I worked out. My hip hurts.
On any of these horses?
Yes.
Okay. Now, these odds are likely to change, and some of them already have. But here you go. These are your horses. Fierceness.
I like that.
That's the favorite. The favorite.
Of course it is. I like that name.
Sierra Leone is 3-1. Fierceness is 5-2. I think I saw today 6-5.
One of our smashers said pick Sierra Leone.
The favorite wins.
Isn't that like a country?
It is. The favorite wins, I believe, 34 or 36% of the time.
Okay.
At least every third race, the favorite wins. At least. Catching Freedom is 8-1. Forever Young 10-1. Just a Touch.
Ooh, I like that.
10-1. Dornock is 20-1. Mystic Dan 20-1. Just Steel 20-1. Honor Marie 20-1. Track Phantom 20-1. Stronghold 21. Resilience 21. Catalytic 30-1.
I like that.
That's
like
a good one.
Catalytic converter.
TO Password is 30-1. Endlessly 30-1. Domestic Product 30-1. Epic Ride 30-1. Grand Mo the First is 50-1. Society Man, which is one of my favorites, 50-1.
I like that. I love that.
And West Saratoga 50-1. I saw one today, not here, but in another thing, that was 95-1.
I like Domestic Product.
Well, you know what? I love betting the long shots. And 1 year, 2 or 3 years ago, I put a lot of money on a long shot, and had I put it on the other long shot, we would have won about $40,000 or $50,000. So you can do it. You can win a big pile. So when we got here, we're in an Airbnb house in Louisville.
It's a cute. Oh, it's beautiful.
Really nice house.
I love this house.
Yeah.
It's darling.
And they were nice enough to leave cheese and crackers.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's like alcohol, spritzers, bread, yogurts, all kinds of mixers. I mean, what a lovely. I could tell you we don't do that on our Airbnb.
For the right guest, maybe. So then we went to Kroger to buy the rest of the stuff that we needed here, and we went and got booze as well.
Isn't it funny? The grocery stores are humongous here. You go into like New York or even Newport, they're tiny. Like the aisles are tiny.
In New York, for sure, they're really
in
small.
San Francisco, like little.
In New York, they don't even have the big carts. They have the little kid carts.
Yeah.
Because you can't fit a big cart down those aisles, and there's not 2 or 3 of them. This Kroger was one of the largest grocery stores I've ever been in.
Same.
It had to be over an acre of floor space.
And everything's so cheap.
Oh, yeah.
It's inexpensive. Everything's so inexpensive.
We got a pile of groceries for like $150.
I couldn't believe how ripped off we get in California.
But they also
insane.
They also in this Kroger sell hats, and Kelly still needs a derby hat. You can't wear that one.
Well, I bought 2 of them, and I bought them on the Amazon.
Yeah.
And they're not that cute.
Do you know why they call them fascinators?
No, is there a reason? Do you know?
I don't know.
Oh,
I thought you might know. So I shot this video in the store. Here's us hat shopping at Kroger.
That is the funniest thing. Oh, look. I'll drink Coke Zero.
Get your derby hats at Kroger grocery store. Oh, that's not bad. What about my hat?
Coke Zero is good. Are you gonna wear one, really?
I don't know.
I think they look cheesy. I don't like guys that wear those hats. I think they look weird.
See, the difference between you and me is you look great in every hat you put on, and I look like a dork.
Oh,
That's
yeah?
the difference. I mean, you're rocking that hat. We go to checkout.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
We go to checkout, and the lady checking us out goes, "Are you Kelly?"
She goes, "Are you Kelly Dodd?" And I go, "Yes, I am." She goes, "I looked at you, and I thought, God, that looks like Kelly Dodd." And then I saw your hat. She's like, "That's Kelly Dodd."
Because it says "Shut your face." And
I got it in El Dorado.
And Billy asked me.
I got it in El Dorado.
Billy asked
It's
me.
G4. It's a golf hat.
Yeah. But Billy asked me, he goes, "Oh, does she wear that hat on the show a lot?" I go, "No, but it's her attitude." And it's just her attitude. So.
That G4, I love this brand. They have cute golf shoes. Massimo. You know Massimo? This is his brand. I think he sold that company. The ones that got in trouble for the USC thing.
Oh, yeah. Didn't know that.
This is his hat.
We got some great comments from yesterday, including this one from Beneva McFarland, or Beneva. "I'm so jealous. The Kentucky Derby is on my top 5 on my bucket list. Sierra Leone is my pick.
Told you.
My horse's great-great-grandfather is the great native dancer. Mine ran 5 times but only placed once. I've cared for him and his pasture mate for 19 years, the best years of my life. Have the best time ever.
That's
Thanks."
so sweet. I love reading stuff like that.
And then Louise Reed, 9090, said, "You don't study form on the day. You study it throughout the season." I can assure you that Billy has been studying the racing
Billy
form.
is at the races. Billy?
He goes to track all the time.
Bill?
He's busy right now.
This guy is studying
Ava wrote,
all the time.
"Kelly, as a former thoroughbred racehorse owner, there is more to selecting the top contenders. My former boyfriend wrote a book on pedigree breeding. It's a science. You should see the spreadsheets and homework that goes into this.
Holy smokes, who knew?
You might still beat the experts."
You know what? I think everything's rigged.
Cynthia Carr said,
You didn't even hear me.
Yes, I did, actually. Sometimes in my mind, I'm moving on to the next thing. But I'm sorry. While some things may be rigged, I would find it very hard to believe that horse racing is rigged.
It seems like everything is rigged.
the jockeys could. You could pay a jockey to pull back on the reins. You could. I bet it's happened.
I bet you everything has happened.
Cynthia Carr, I agree with you, Kelly. The Housewives used to be fun, but now it is constant fighting and dysfunction. The energy is toxic. There is no story other than fighting. Time to develop new shows with actual content.
I know, it's the same shit over and over, right?
Same shit,
It's
different
the
day?
same- It's SOS DD.
Oh, I get it.
You know who told me that?
Who?
Stephanie's husband, John.
Oh.
Booty.
A lot of you really liked my rants, surprisingly, about these alleged protesters disrupting college campuses. And I appreciate that, by the way. I thank you for appreciating my position on this and for my speaking freely about it, which is something I like to do and something I will be doing
We're messes over here.
more of.
Look at us. Mess.
Listen, the fact that we're even doing a show after all this travel and just like, it's like, we're a mess.
We're a
We
mess.
have showered. We're just...
I took a shower this morning. I thought I was getting a sty in my eye. Legit.
Oh, you were so worried about it, which I understood. Like, I would be too. But I did have a couple more things to add to my rant. And one of them is that my suspicions were proven true because a lot of law enforcement has now come out and confirmed that many of these alleged student protesters are actually professional agitators. They're hired guns who are brought in to disrupt, to create anarchy or chaos, to create a problem, an issue, and I don't know what the agenda is. I don't know if it's based in anti-Semitism or it's based in trying to just create mayhem across America. But so far...
I know what it is.
What?
It is to indoctrinate these kids and have them be radicalized.
Well,
that's what that is.
You are not alone in saying that.
Well, I can tell you, I mean, I'm common sense. That's all I got.
You have a lot of that.
Yeah.
And
common sense.
And people should pay attention because you have a really unique and perceptive way of reading situations.
Somebody's like, remember when I said it's the same people before as BLM and Antifa. And so he's like, what are you talking about, BLM and Antifa? You were talking about apples and oranges. Like,
she was right.
I was right.
These are professional agitators. Many of these people, and I'm not saying all of them. I'm sure there are people out there who care about the Palestinian plight. They're angry at Israel for relentlessly pounding Gaza, where hostages are still being kept, and Hamas is headquartered, which created the massacre of October 7th. But I understand people are upset. People want the Palestinians to be safe. I get all that. However, most of these kids out here protesting will move on in 3 months. They're not going to care. They weren't there 3 months ago or a year ago or 6 years ago, whenever. They're just there because that's what the thing to do right now. That's my opinion.
Okay, this is what they have to do. When hate crimes are happening like that, dysfunction like the Antifa, the BLM, breaking and looting in there, law and order, you get them all up and you arrest them. And you make them have consequences.
Yes.
And the people that are here on student visas or whatever, you deport their asses back to wherever they came from.
Thank you. It's called crime and punishment for a reason. If you commit a crime, you should be punished. And if you commit a crime and don't get punished, and they just let you out the next day to go do it again, you're only encouraging that behavior to continue. And the fact that they allowed this to happen, the fact that they're still allowing some of these idiots to take over these campuses and deny students the opportunity to go to class, to study, to learn in a safe, calm environment is despicable. And any university that allows this to continue, any college that allows this to continue, I would never want to send a kid to any of those schools.
I don't want to send Joey to any university right now. And Joey wants to go to Paris, and everyone's like, don't send him over there. There's all these kind of radicals over there right now. It's freaking dangerous. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with her.
Trump says, apparently, came through another source, that all the signs that they're carrying were all made by the same sign company. I don't know if that's true, but that's what he said.
Are they going to find out who these agitators are?
So we've now learned that many of these agitators are, in fact, not students. There was
We need to go back and see if it's Soros. Okay, that guy's the devil, as we
supposedly
know it.
he's paying $2,300 for 3 months' work to thousands of college students.
We gotta know if it's like some Saudi rich prince that's causing this, that's making this happen. We got to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying the other day. Is like people need to look at a bigger picture here. Don't just think, oh, these kids are angry. That's not necessarily what's going on here. Okay, there's something bigger at play. There's someone behind it. Someone's funding it. More than one person is probably funding it. There's an agenda, and these aren't just angry kids. And yes, as Kelly said, they need to enforce the law. These punks that break into a building.
It's these kids that are indoctrinated, that follow the sheep, just like everybody else did during COVID, okay? And people say, oh, well, millions of people died during COVID. Well, yeah, millions of people die out every day of the flu, too. And most of these people were already old and had comorbidities.
And don't forget, if you had COVID and died, but you had cancer,
they counted that, too.
And or something else.
They counted that as...
They would count as a COVID death.
Right.
All right, enough of that. Thanks for listening to yet another rant. In the news now.
In the news.
I was fascinated by this. I didn't realize that Red Lobster is about to go out of business. Did you know that?
I used to go to eat at Red Lobster with my grandma, and we would get those cheesy biscuits. Oh, those things were bomb. I forgot about that.
Red Lobster is on the verge of bankruptcy.
Why? Like everybody else?
One thing that people are pointing at is that they came up with this promotion that became a permanent thing to let customers eat all the shrimp they wanted. All the shrimp you can eat. And I remember how much it was, like $11.99 or something. All the shrimp you can eat.
Why would they do that?
They suffered $11 million in losses in the third quarter of 2023. Fourth quarter, they lost $12.5 million in operating losses. I think the first quarter of this year, they're already losing money. Flagging sales, pressure from investors.
Who made that decision, thinking that would be a great idea?
Well, thank you. That's what they're saying. It was poor management.
Well, that's what poor management is always the one to blame, right?
It's almost like desperation. They were failing, and they're like, well, let's just give everyone all the shrimp they can eat, and then we'll get everyone back in the restaurant. And it didn't work. People are like sick of it. They moved on. They don't go to Red Lobster as much anymore. And the people that did would just eat all the shrimp.
Right.
So,
I mean, when was the last time you went to a Red Lobster?
Probably when I was working at Fox, and we had very limited options wherever we were on some story somewhere.
I haven't been to a Red Lobster probably in 30 years.
30 years?
Well, I used to go to high school with my grandma.
Well, I can't remember the last time I went to a Red Lobster, but I'm pretty sure I went to one maybe in the 2010s, like maybe in Fort Hood when I was there covering a story.
And then if we didn't go to Red Lobster, we would go to Louisville's cafeteria.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. And I get that macaroni and cheese.
What about Olive Garden?
And I get this fish at Luby's. And then I would always get a little dessert.
Well, that's really all I had about Red Lobster.
I miss those cafeterias. I would totally jam on Luby's. I wish they still had those.
Luby's? Well, there was a shooting
good.
in a Luby's. I don't know if you remember. I think it was in Texas. It was bad. Bad.
So what's going on?
I don't
Red
know.
Lobster is going to go under?
It's a very long, complicated article. I just thought it was interesting that I had no idea like Red Lobster was failing.
I can't believe half of those stupid chains that are gross. Chili's, disgusting. Outback Steakhouse. The only thing that's good I like the Bloomin' Onion and the Chocolate Thunder from Down Under. That's it.
Don't they have the peanuts at Outback? Is that the one where you walk in, they have a big pile of peanuts and you can just eat all the peanuts you want?
No. There used to be a place in Arizona that you would go in that had peanuts in them.
That might be Longhorn Steakhouse.
That would be Black Angus.
Oh. On that note, I'm going to go prepare for my interview with Billy Otten, which you'll see on the Rick and Kelly Show this week, episode 141. He's going
to teach you some skills. This guy wins all the time.
You subscribe to the Rick and Kelly Show, you'll have access to all 141 plus of our episodes, all an hour long or more.
He will
entertaining.
educate you
Education.
on how to
Crush it.
crush it. So
Yeah.
we're an educational platform as well.
Yes, we are. We like to inform. Okay, time for
Right.
bed.
I got a runny nose.
Have a great day, everybody.
Mwah.